Hello, and welcome to today's show. In today's programme, we are going to be giving you an overview of SafeMove, the conveyancing search arm of Yorkshire Water. We'll be looking at who they are, what they do for their customers, and where they fit into the Yorkshire Water business. We'll be taking questions as we go along, so if you're interested, please stay tuned. SafeMove are a trading arm of Yorkshire Water Services Limited, and they are located at Yorkshire Water's head office in Buttershaw, Bradford. They are a team of 24, headed up by Service Delivery Manager Vicky Farrell, and have been trading since 2001. SafeMove generates a revenue contribution which is channelled back into Yorkshire Water, which they then use to run and invest in the wider businesses. So, what does SafeMove do? Well, its primary business is the provisions of residential and commercial conveyancing search reports, which they sell to property lawyers, solicitors and conveyancers acting on behalf of home buyers, commercial property owners and leaseholders. SafeMove are the regional compiler of the Law Society's CON29DW Drainage and Water Search Report in the Yorkshire Water region. I know what you're all thinking. What does all this mean? Let me explain what conveyancing searches are all about and what the CON29DW is. When it comes to buying a house, a solicitor will look to establish any issues that may pose a risk to the property, its value or the buyer's enjoyment of it once they move in. These issues or risks are identified through a series of conveyancing risk reports or searches from several different providers that the solicitor uses to give them the information about the property and the surrounding area. The main searches that solicitors regularly buy include a local authority and highway search, which reveals aspects such as any building work that's been done to the property and who's responsible for maintaining the roads around the property. An environmental and flood search is often used to reveal matters such as areas of contaminated land nearby, or if the property is liable to flooding. In Yorkshire, traditionally a strong coal mining region, the coal mining search is very common, as it reveals if a property could be subject to instabilities due to historical mining activity in its vicinity. Finally, a drainage and water search is purchased to show where the clean water and sewage pipes run around the property, whether the property is connected to the public network or not, and the basis of how services are billed against the property. That's where SafeMove comes in partnership with several providers. SafeMove offers a wide range of property searches to our customers, conveyancing solicitors. Using a range of Yorkshire Water data sources, SafeMove compiles its own drainage and water search called the CON29DW. This is made up of a range of datasets taken from Yorkshire Water sources that includes Yorkshire Water's customer billing records and Odyssey, Yorkshire Water's mapping system, as well as data from Yorkshire Water's Developer Services Department and their DG5 internal flooding database. The result is a report that addresses specific risks and defined by the Law Society in England, and this is called the CON29DW Drainage and Water Report. Each of the 9 sewage and water companies across England produce their own version of this report for their respective region. Okay, so there's a lot to take in there. Let's take some questions from our audience while it all sinks in. Jenny from Leeds wants to know if SafeMove charge for their searches. The answer to that is yes, Jenny. As SafeMove operates in a competitive commercial market, searches range in price from around £100 for a local authority search to around £50 for a coal search. SafeMove's drainage and water search, the CON29DW, is just over £50. Solicitors pass the cost of these searches on to the home buyer as part of their conveyancing charges. If you want to know more, SafeMove's search prices can be found on their website. We have time for one more question before we continue. Paul from Thirst has asked, does the SafeMove drainage and water report show all the pipes around my property? Well, Paul, SafeMove's drainage and water report uses maps of the public assets owned by Yorkshire Water that are present on what is called the statutory public records. This means that any privately owned pipes which are not owned by Yorkshire Water will not be shown on the plans. So sometimes homeowners may need to do their own investigative work to locate pipes within the boundaries of their own property. Keep your questions coming. We'll look at some more shortly. In the meantime, let's look at another service that SafeMove offers. If someone such as a member of public, a utility company, an architect or local council want to find out what pipes are underground before they start any excavations, they can order plans of Yorkshire Water's underground water and sewage assets for the area they need from SafeMove. Like SafeMove's drainage and water report, these plans use the public data from Odyssey, Yorkshire Water's mapping system, to help people understand what's underground before any excavations are made. Useful if you are planning an extension, laying cables or building a house. People wanting asset record plans can visit SafeMove's website for up-to-date map prices and to buy online. Let's take some more questions from our viewers. Here's one from Sandeep in Rotherham who says, I recently bought some plans from SafeMove. However, many of the pipes out in the road near my house are not shown. He asks, should I call Yorkshire Water to get some better plans? That's not necessary, Sandeep. Yorkshire Water and SafeMove both have access to the same plans, so they won't be able to give you any different plans to the ones you already have bought through SafeMove. The reasons why public pipes are missing from your plans could be due to a legislation change in 2011, which meant that Yorkshire Water inherited a lot of assets from the private sector, and as of yet, these plans haven't been mapped, as it is such a lengthy and costly exercise to map every asset that was inherited across Yorkshire. This task is only done as pipes are maintained or repaired. Via Twitter, Kate, who's in Hull, wants to know how she can tell who has responsibility for the water and sewer pipes around her property. Well, Kate, if you've recently moved into your house and you had a CON29DW report issued by SafeMove for your property through your solicitors, then towards the back of the report there's a useful section with a diagram that explains who is responsible for which section of pipe around your house. If you don't have one of those reports, then look on either the Yorkshire Water or Ofwat website. There you will find the same information. If you prefer, you can get in touch with Yorkshire Water directly, who will send you a "Whose pipe is it?" leaflet that explains responsibilities. Finally, our last question in today's programme comes from Mrs Sanderson in York, who has emailed in to ask how she can find out if her new home is on a meter or not, and how much she is likely to pay when she does move into her new home. Well, Mrs Sanderson, if that information is missing from your drainage and water search that your solicitor has obtained for you, then firstly you need to check to see if the report has come from SafeMove or any other water companies in England. The easiest way to check is to look at the report to see if it has the CON29DW logo printed on it. If it hasn't, then your solicitor has provided you with one of the many alternatives that are on the market. These alternatives are not produced by the water companies, and as such do not contain the same level of detail that the CON29DW report does. This lack of information on how a property is charged for its water and sewage services is just one of the elements of information that are not included in a non-CON29DW alternative. A CON29DW report from SafeMove or any of the other water companies will tell you how the property is charged and if it is non-metered and how much you can expect to pay each year. When you are ready to move into your new home, contact Yorkshire Water and set up a new water account. At that point, they'll be able to tell you everything you need to know. So that's all the questions we have time for today. Thank you to everyone who has sent in questions. If we didn't get to yours, then we'll give you some contact information at the end of this programme and you can send your questions directly to the team at SafeMove. Okay, we're coming to the end of our programme today. However, before we go, let's have a bit of fun with some facts about SafeMove. This will test what you may already know about them. So using your voting buttons, click yes or no when you see the fun fact on the screen. Here's the first one. Did you know that SafeMove is a non-regulated part of Yorkshire Water? This means it is not under the jurisdiction of their regulators, Ofwat, the Drinking Water Inspectorate, the Environment Agency, or the Consumer Council for Water. Press yes or no on your panel to tell us if you already knew that. Well, that's interesting. Just over half of you knew that fact. Let's try another. Did you know that SafeMove is a member of the Drainage and Water Searches Network, the DWSN, a trade body which is made of all 9 English water and sewerage companies? Again, Press yes or no on your panel to tell us if you already knew that. Interesting. It seems that not many people know that fact. SafeMove are a member of the DWSN, a national trade body that monitors and ensures the quality of the CON29DW drainage and water reports that each of the 9 providers across England should produce for their respective regions. Think of the DWSN as the governing body for all the companies that produce the CON29DW. Let's have one more. Did you know that SafeMove produces their CON29DW search reports for over 50% of the house purchases made across the Yorkshire Water region? That's tens of thousands of search reports per year. That's good going for such a small team of people, wouldn't you say? Again, press yes or no on the voting panel to tell us if you already knew that. Wow, that's good to know that most of our viewers are aware of this piece of information about SafeMove. Yes, it's true. SafeMove are a trusted report provider by many conveyancing firms across the Yorkshire region, and as we've said earlier, they also provide a wide range of the other search reports that conveyancers need. Thanks to everyone who asked questions. If yours wasn't read out, we'll be putting up some contact details for SafeMove, so keep watching. So until next time, thank you and good night.